So hi everyone, in this video we will going to create an REST API using a Django framework. Okay, so in this video we will going to use Oracle database. Okay, and we will try to retrieve SQL queries result, and for that we will create a Django app inside this. Okay, so you can see I have opened the Visual Studio Code. So inside this folder project, okay, which is practice underscore Django. Okay, so you can see now we will create a new project using this command, right? Django hyphen admin start project, and here you can mention your project name. Okay, so I will take a project name like connect Oracle, or we can say as Cory Oracle. Okay, so using this command we will create a project folder which is called as Cory Oracle. Okay, you can see here a project folder with a Cory Oracle name has been created. Now just go inside the Cory Oracle, okay, and just clean this. Now what we will do inside this, after creating the project we will create an app. Okay, so for creating an app we can run this command python manage.py, then start app, and mention the app name which is SQL. Okay, so it will create a new folder, a subfolder inside the project. Okay, so you can see here SQL is a new project app. Okay, so we will create some directory inside it. So templates is a directory. Inside it we have to mention the app name again, right? So always prefer this naming convention that inside the templates we need to add one more folder which is SQL. Okay, so we don't need models.py, so that's why we have deleted it. Okay, we need a urls.py to configure the endpoints, okay, for our application. So first of all we will set up some lines of code inside the settings.py. Okay, so this is a very important file for setting up your a Django app. Okay, so first of all we will configure our Oracle DB module of Python that we will use for connecting and retrieving the data from the Oracle database. Okay, so for that we will add some lines of code. Okay, so first of all we need to import so first we will add the sys module. Okay, so now after this we will add the import Oracle DB. Okay, so make sure the Oracle DB has been installed in the Windows system. Okay, then we will mention Oracle DB version 19c, since we are using Oracle 19c database, so that's why. If you are having 21c you can mention 21c, 12c you can mention 12, so that's why. Now we will assign the cx underscore Oracle module as a Oracle DB. Okay, so this will prevent the error, okay, for connecting with the Oracle DB, so it will be an alternative. Now inside installed underscore apps we need to mention our app name, okay, which is SQL. Okay, so that's why I'm mentioning. So after that we will come to the templates. Okay, so inside templates we need to add our templates folder as well. Okay, so that the Django will auto configure and automatically find the templates, those are reside inside the template folder. Okay, so now inside the databases we will add our Oracle DB connection configuration. Okay, so for that I'm having already prepared some notes for the settings.py, so we don't have to repeat it again. From there we will copy our Oracle database connection configuration. Okay, so you can see in this, so just copy this. I am copying this and just adding it. Okay, so you can see engine is backend Oracle, right? Database name is Sakari, user is system, password is K. Okay, host name is PM, our virtual machine having a host name PM, and the port on which the listener is listening is 1521, the default port. Okay, after this we will come in the end of the line. Here we will mention some media files related aliases. Okay, so media underscore URL, so this is important. So in this media folder, the Django will search for the files or images or multimedia files it can be accessed. Okay, so now you can see just add the templates here and media also. Since we don't use any type of media inside this project, so we will just keep it created, right? So after doing all these settings in this settings.py, we are done with this, right guys? So after doing this, you can see these are the changes we just made inside this settings.py, right? So after doing this, we will go to the uh, urls.py. Okay, so just remove this. Okay, lines of code we don't need. Here we need to add the include also. Just mention here the app name dot urls. Okay, so it will keep search for the app.urls.py files. Okay, so it will automatically search the urls.py inside this SQL app. Okay, now come inside the views. Okay, so this is the views.py file, right? So whatever the endpoints and logics, okay, the logic which are useful for endpoints will be created inside this. Okay, so either you can use class based functions, class based views, or function based views. Okay, so depending upon the your convenience you can use. Okay, right? So now we will create a view that will post and get data from the SQL query. Okay, so you can create a functional base. I am creating functional base view. So here, so inside SQL we are giving argument as request. Okay, so guys, here the logic is if the request dot method is equal to the post, then we will save the request dot post inside query variable. Okay, so you can see for that we are using request dot post, and inside the list we are mentioning the SQL underscore query. So this SQL underscore query is a text area name. Okay, that we have given in the HTML page. Okay, so from there it will pick the data. So after doing this, we will create a connection, okay, with the database using this connection dot cursor. So for that we again need to import the Django DB import connection package module from the package. Okay, so now first with the cursor we will execute the query. Okay, which which was been which has been came from the form from the HTML tag HTML page. Okay, so here this will execute the query on the Oracle database. Okay, rows is equal to cursor dot fetch all. Okay, so this will fetch all the records from the cursor. Okay, so this will fetch all the records and store it inside the rows variable, right? Now after doing this, if you want to render this on a new page, we can mention the page URL. Okay, so we will create the HTML pages later. So first of all we will give the detail about it, right? So after doing this, in the context we will provide a dictionary object which is data. So data will hold the will point towards the rows. Okay, it will hold the data from the rows, right? And we will render the data on our HTML page, okay, using a for loop. So we will see later. So after doing this, right, so we are good with this. Okay, so now come to the else part. Okay, so if the post if the request dot method is not post, then we will execute the below code. Okay, then we will execute the code from the else statement. So it will again we will render request. Then here again mention on which page you want to redirect if the method is not post. Okay, so we are mentioning SQL underscore sample. Okay, so after doing this we are done with this. So now create first SQL underscore sample. Okay, so this will hold. So first of all we will create a base HTML template, right? Here we will use the Django template language. Okay, for making it simple, so we can use this project wise. So if you use templates, Django templates, okay, HTML Django templates, then you don't need to create the boilerplate again and again. You can just mention this HTML templates. Like block will hold the content. Okay, a particular element. For example, if you want to add the title, it will block title. You can mention. If you add a body, you can mention block add content. And that's how now inside the SQL underscore sample we will extend the base.html, so you can consider it as an inheritance. Okay, template inheritance. So we will use the base template as a foundation to create other templates, right? So after doing this you can see here, right? So inside content we will this will hold the body, okay, of the HTML page, right? So inside SQL underscore sample this will hold our form. Okay, this will hold our form. Here we will mention the label and all the things. Okay, just mention here whatever you want to give. Mention here SQL Cory, right? So this is the label. Now we will add a text area here and we will give the name as SQL underscore Cory. So keep a track of this name. Okay, so this is very important while storing the data inside the views. Okay, now after doing this we will create a button which will act as a submit button. Okay, so when we will press the submit button it will be sent to the database. Okay, sent to the views and views will execute the logic on the database side. Okay, and after the logic has been built it will retrieve the data, okay, using the urls.py. And after doing that we can see the result in the SQL underscore result.html page. Okay, so CSRF underscore token is a very important. It will uh, encrypt the requested requests, right? So first we will set up the urls.py, right? So you can see django.urls we are importing path, then from the current directory we are importing all the views. Okay, so inside url patterns we will mention this, right? SQL, right? So views.sql, SQL is our view name, right? You can see here SQL is the view name, right? So now oracledb import this as well if it is available, right? So it will help the view to execute the queries on the database side. Okay, so this is all about the app section. Okay, so this is enough. We can move again to the templates. Okay, so one template has been created for the, so this is what. So now we will create a result tag. Okay, a result page. Okay, SQL output. Okay, we will remove this and first of all come base HTML. Okay, so here one more thing we will add a block for the CSS style. Okay, so they are on CSS underscore style. So inside this we will mention our link tag. Okay, done. So inside this what we will do, we will add those blocks. Okay, block CSS underscore style end block, right? So this is done. Now come inside the body. Okay, so block content, this is for the body, right? So we will use a for loop. Okay, so this is a template, right? End block, end for. So now first of all, data is mentioned in the dictionary side, okay, which we have mentioned in the views.py, right? Rendering function. So now inside the table, again we will create a new for loop. We will use a for loop. So first loop will iterate the rows, and the second loop will iterate the columns. Okay, so likewise, actually, if we directly run the query, it will come in the form of dictionary only. Okay, so since that was a dictionary, so that's why. So we are breaking it using the for loop, and it will create the it will iterate each and every row and column, and likewise it will give us the result in the desired table format. Okay, so since we have to do some things manually, because we are not using fonts.py and models.py. Okay, so we are using a custom setup here, custom configuration. That's why we need to set up this much. So this is done. We are done with this. So now we will run the server. Okay, so after running the server, we will okay. Okay, what is saying SQL underscore sample? Actually, typo mistake has been done in the. Okay, so we miss L here. Okay, so again reloading the Django. Okay, so you can see here, right? So this is what we can get rendering. Okay, so this is our app, and we can mention any type of SQL query here, and it will give us output, right? So just remove the semicolon, and likewise you can get the output. Okay, so this is not very as appealing, right? So we need some CSS styling inside the result, SQL underscore result.html. Okay, so for that we already mentioned CSS style block. Okay, so inside this we will format or style the table and TD. Okay, so first our table needs to be style up, right? Width 100%. Okay, border collapse, this is very important, so it will be collapse. Okay, border 1 pixel solid, and okay, done. This is for the table, and now this is for the cells. Okay, TD is for cell, so each cell should have 33rd percent. Each cell of the table should have same width. Okay, so that's why we are creeping, right? So after doing the styling of the table and TD, we can get this. Okay, so this is how we can create a Django app for the Oracle database, and you can create and retrieve the database. Okay, so just keep one thing in mind: if you don't find oracledb module, okay, so you need to install it manually, right? So you can install it using the pip install oracledb. Okay, so it will install it system wise. Okay, and then you can use it inside your Django project. So likewise you can execute whatever query you want. Okay, you can use a ddl dml. Okay, tcl there, right? So we will try some more SQL queries, right? So you can see what is the who is the one currently running the session. Okay, so this is our VM. Okay, so we are connected with the virtual machine, and we are executing the queries on the virtual machine Oracle database, right? Program from $v session, right? And you can see these are the sessions which are running on the So you can see Abdul is the machine name and python.exe which is running the Django app, right? Where username like Abdul. Okay, so I'm just showing you that if your query is gone wrong, so it will just show you no result. Okay, so in this blank format, right? I should use machine like Abdul, right? So it is a machine like actually the username is uh, system we are using, right? So this is for just for showing you that if error happens, so what will be shown to you on the web page, right? You can see here again going this where username like again I am doing again what, right? So if your query gone wrong, so it will show you a blank page, right? Now coming to this, we will mention the machine, right? So machine will be the right one, right? Machine like percentage Abdul submit. So after this, you can see this is a session which is currently running on the Oracle database. Okay, so username is system, machine is Abdul Kayo, and the program is python.exe, right? So the version of Python is 3.12, right? You can see here.